Hi guys, Peter Finch here and welcome down to Finch Friday, your weekly golf Q&A. And if you are watching this on a Saturday, then you will know that this has been released today, a Saturday, not Friday. This week has just been completely mental as far as the videos from Portugal have been concerned. Just getting them released, getting them out to you guys. Next week promises to be the same, absolutely crazy. This 2-week period seems to be the most... the busiest and the most videos created, especially for myself, in any time I've been doing YouTube. And if we can keep this momentum going, then yeah, it's going to be awesome. There will be a rebalancing somewhere along the lines, and hopefully this Finch Friday next week will be back on Friday. But for now, let's get to your questions. The questions that were asked, it's going to be 2 weeks now. It was over 300, I think, in the end across all the social media platforms. So I'm going to have a tough time picking out just 5, but that's what I'll give a go. This question on Instagram for Laurie Cook: with you only competing in 1 tournament this year so far, is for the quest for the Open still an achievable target? It's a good question, this, actually, because one of the things that I desperately need to do, we both desperately need to do, is playing more competitive rounds of golf. I think we have been playing against each other quite a lot, and those are always competitive, but it's just not the same. You know, it's not the same as playing in a stroke play competition, playing against other professionals who are also playing well. It's a totally different situation, and it's been hard this year to actually play in competitions. I think I've entered maybe about 5 or 6 to this point. I can't tell without looking at what I've entered, but 5 of those have been cancelled, and I've only been able to play in 1 at Morecambe, and that was only a few weeks ago. So stepping up the amount of competitions that we're playing in, it has to happen. And I think in the next 3 weeks there's possibly about 3 comps I can enter, so I'm going to readdress those, have a look at that, and enter them if I can. Because everyone knows, if you've been playing golf for any amount of competitive time, it's almost a form of practice in itself. So you can't recreate that atmosphere that you get in a competitive round of golf. It just can't be done, no matter how much that me and Rick want to beat each other, or if I'm playing Andy or Matt, whoever it may be, it doesn't make a difference. It's so different. It really, really is. And it is one part of the game that I do need to practice more than others. I need to practice competing. And a lot of you guys will register with this, and you will relate to this, that when you play in a medal at the weekends, it's very different than playing with your friends during the week. So at this moment in time, if we can't play in comps and we're not competing in comps, then the quest for the Open, it just wouldn't come to fruition. It can't do, because again, you need to practice these things. So over the next few weeks, hopefully I'll be getting in a lot more. This is an interesting question, and it's something that I do get asked quite a lot in different forms. How can someone prepare for becoming a golf instructor? That question's from B. Maguire. It's a tricky question to answer. I mean, you need to go through your training. So if you were to become a PGA qualified professional, that means getting your handicap down to 4 in the UK. I'm not sure if it's the same in the US, but getting your handicap down to a low level. Then go through the PGA training, which is a 3-year program. To do that, you need to be based at a golf club or at a driving range or wherever it may be, a golf facility, and train under a professional. In the PGA program, you go through how to be a coach, how to spot things in the swing a little bit more. But I've got to be honest, I've learned more from just actually coaching than I have throughout the entire PGA program, as far as actual human interaction is concerned in the lesson, about learning more about the golf swing. I think the PGA training really does need to step up in this respect, and I've spoken to quite a few assistants and they do agree. They're not really even using launch monitors in the PGA training at the moment, which baffles me. I think it's the same for pretty much any walk of life, really. I mean, if you want to prepare yourself, you need to throw yourself into that situation. And it's a case that the more that you practice at it, again, it comes down to that thing of practicing what you want to do, the better you'll become. When I think about the lessons that I gave when I was an assistant and compared to the lessons that I'm giving now, I mean, they're absolutely worlds apart. You can't expect, and please don't expect, that you're going to go straight into a coaching role if that's what you want to do and be good at it. You will look back on your initial lessons and you will cringe, and that's what I do. But that's to be expected. You know, you need to build your knowledge base. You need to become more prepared as you get older. There's absolutely no doubt that a young professional, they aren't the finished product. They can't be the finished product. I don't think I'm the finished coaching product yet by a long, long way. And I don't think I'm going to hit my peak for a number of years. But at the same time, that's quite exciting for me because I do regard myself as a pretty good coach at this moment in time. But I do not regard myself as knowing everything about the goal swing. Far from it. There's so much more for me to learn. And as long as you keep that hunger and that appetite, and this is probably the best thing I can say as far as how to prepare yourself for a long career in coaching, is always be prepared to understand that you don't know anywhere near as much as you should do. You should always be prepared to learn, always be prepared to have your ideas challenged, and always be prepared to be proved wrong. If you can do that, you can keep an open mind and you can keep pushing yourself forwards and having that appetite to learn and having the appetite to get up every day and understand that you might be experiencing something new that day, then that's the best advice I can give as far as how to prepare yourself for becoming a coach. Right, I think it's about time. So, Cottrell Thomas, please tell the New York taxi story. Now, this is something that a lot of people have been asking for quite some time. So, a couple of years ago when me and Rick went over to New York for the first time, we got into a cab in New York and I basically got more angry than I'd ever got before in my life and lost the plot a little bit. And we've withheld telling this story for quite some time because, well, it just keeps people talking, it keeps people interested. But I think, you know, quite a while now after the events took place, I think it's probably time to inform you guys what happened. So it had been a very, very hot day. We just played golf outside New York and we were getting a cab back into New York City, Manhattan, and the traffic was awful, as it often is in New York, the couple of times that I've been. So we were in this cab and we were starting to get into New York, and the taxi driver basically started, I don't know, just saying things that I didn't really like. So he was being quite patronising, he was being quite demeaning, he was talking about people as they were walking down the street, and I don't know, I just basically had enough, and I politely asked him just to, you know, stop talking, basically, just so I can have a bit of peace and quiet, and stop saying the things that he was saying. Now, unfortunately, he didn't take kindly to what was being said, and he actually stopped the car, pulled over, got out of the driver's side, opened the back door, and basically tried to drag me out of the taxi. Now, obviously, it was hot, I was warm, I lost the plot a little bit and ended up getting into an altercation at the side of the road. We were having the tussle, and it was just by the side of a park, and on the side of the park there was a drop-off just over the side of a bridge. Ended up pushing him towards the bridge. He basically fell off the bridge and toppled about 50-60 feet into the water. It was only a shallow bit of water, and he ended up falling down and just basically breaking both his legs. And if you believe that, then you've probably not realised it's April the 1st. So this question from champ_IZ_AMPD, but it's a question which has been asked a number of times in different forms. Hey Pete, you recently posted a video after your first competition back from injury at Morecambe, and you were swarmed by the haters. Do all the negative responses get to you? I think there's two sides to this, yes and no. I mean, I go through my comments pretty much a couple of times a week. I set time aside to go through all the comments and to answer as many people back as I physically can. I think that's important. I think it's vital that I understand what you guys are thinking, and also that I let you know that I'm reading the comments and that I'm engaging with you all. And it does, you know, I think it gets good feedback. I think you guys appreciate it, and I certainly appreciate the engagement as well. So when you read through the comments and you answer them, then when negative ones do come, then yeah, it's not always easy, but it's the same as anything. If you're willing to put yourself out there, people are going to try and take some swipes. It's just a case of understanding that these people don't really have anything better to do, And I always try and employ the tactic of feeling more sorry for them than anything else. But I think one thing which affects me more is when people just don't quite get and don't quite understand the fact that, yes, I've been injured with my left wrist. It isn't the same injury that I had last year. And when you're injured, especially in your hands and your wrist, there's not really anything you can do about it. Coupled into the fact that I've been trying to make some major changes to my swing with Dan, and I've been trying a lot of new things. I'm not expecting to go out there right now and shoot the lights out. I need a lot of work done on my game. But a lot of people are expecting instant results, instant results, instant results. It probably goes back to a similar theme about what I've been seeing with the aim point. A lot of people expect when you make a change, and big changes at that instantly results will get better and things should improve straight away. And it just doesn't work like that. Now, with the injury that I've had, I've just not been able to do as much practice as I would have wanted to. So, yes, the negative comments affect me, but if anything, I'm using them at the moment just to really fuel me and to drive me, and they are still dwarfed out by the masses of positivity which comes from you guys. And I've said it before and I've said it again, it means a lot when people reach out, when they say how much they enjoy the videos, because it helps drive me forward. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And in comparison to some of the other people on YouTube, the amount of hate that I get is so small. And for that, I'm lucky. I don't know if it's just because of the mood I'm in, but a lot of these questions are, I don't know. It's almost like a bit of a deep dive into my emotions today. This question from Smudder UD. What do you do to help you do what you need to do on low motivation days? I think first of all, I'm lucky in respects that I love what I do. I love what I do. And at the moment, especially over the last month with everything that's been going on, it's been pretty much 7 days a week work. And I have to say, I've really enjoyed it. I mean, what time is it now? It's almost midnight on the Friday. I've got to get this edited, uploaded, and I'm up early again tomorrow, full day of coaching. And I couldn't do that unless I was motivated. And if I did do that and I wasn't motivated, then I'd be miserable. So I'm lucky in that respect. But I'm very motivated in respects that I want to work hard. I've been in situations where I've been working hard and I've been miserable, so when I've been doing my journalism stuff, and I've also been in situations where I've been in a job, I've not been enjoying it because I've not been working hard. I've just been sat in a pro shop, not really enjoying it. I've managed to find a balance where I absolutely slog my guts out, I work as hard as I can, and I found a way to get rewards from that, whether it be via these videos, whether it be by playing and practicing and learning new stuff. That's the motivation that I have. And I don't know if I can give other people motivation. I don't know if I can do that because I don't believe that you can truly find motivation that will sustain you, that will push you forward, unless it's coming from yourself. I think you can have the initial spark, and I think other people can contribute to that, which certainly helps. I get motivation and inspiration is probably the better word from other people, but I drive myself. Right guys, I'm going to end this rather introspective Finch Friday right there. I don't know, that felt a little bit different than some of the other Finch Fridays I've done. I hope it was okay. If not, I apologise. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on my other social media platforms, which are all linked in the description below. Hopefully the image quality and the sound of this was okay. My big camera broke during course vlog filming at Bearwood Lakes the other day, which was heart-wrenching. Hopefully I'll be able to get that fixed very soon. But in the meantime, I'm just using my vlogging camera, which, looking at the screen, it looks like it's been okay. Brightness keeps going up and down. I don't know. We'll see. See you tomorrow.